Today, we bring a special show. It's going to be all about energy and art and music and hip hop and choreography and collaboration and good guys and just nothing but good stuff for Tampa Bay. So you want to stay tuned and get some friends watching because we have with us in studio two great guests. And here they are. We have Manuela Oliveira.
Hey guys.
She is a local Clearwater girl now, but she comes from Australia. She has a whole career that she has done with The Voice. And just, I'm going to let her tell you all about her past. And then the exciting thing is we're going to talk about the present and the future as well.
Yes.
So look, guys, Manuela has had quite the career, and we're blessed to have her here in Tampa Bay. We've gotten to know each other over the last few months, and I can tell you that she's a superstar inside and out, and she's just loved. I mean, it's just incredible. So, and for those who don't see it on Facebook, you're going to have to really go to my Facebook wall and see just how beautiful Manuela is, because she's quite the dish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So tell us about your career with choreography, because
Yes.
that really brought you some fame and some,
Right.
happiness. So
Yes.
let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, I originally started dancing in Australia. That's where I started, and then I went off to New York to train. I wanted to pursue the professional career in dance. And then I would go back and forth, and then go back to Australia, and then I got booked with an agent. I got a gig that was in Malaysia,
In Malaysia, wow.
which was to tour, and we'd perform at different clubs for a company, and it was a group of us, and we would tour for 6 months at a different club, different venue every night. And a producer from a TV channel approached me on that, and he said, "So you think you can dance is coming out in Malaysia?" And that was my first big introduction into TV shows.
Yeah, you went right to a big show.
Yeah, from dancing and performing. And I went, oh, okay. And I've always loved to create choreography and teach, but it was like I hadn't had that opportunity as far as TV. So he offered it, and then I went in and met with the team, and that's where I began doing the choreography, kind of started to take on from there. And then I went to Sydney, and then the So You Think You Can Dance came out in Sydney, and I choreographed on that show. So this was piling up all my work to then get a visa to go to the US, you see. So I had to build up my resume. And
Sure.
so then when I got to the US, then I had to work my way, and we're talking like 7 years, 8 years later, get an agent there, and then here I am again. Now The Voice came out, and I was asked to be on that 3 seasons. So it's kind of like from my experience on shows, I wanted to get more onto that. And I'd have people say, why don't you just perform, like dance, like compete on those shows? But I enjoyed so much just working on choreography and working with other artists. And I naturally, being a dancer, I think I did that from the womb, just came out grooving, naturally.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not here to compete. I don't know. It was just more of I want to help get other artists moving and dancing and creating.
Now,
So-
when you say that, I have a photograph of you and Paula Abdul. So what was that like?
Yes, so that was on the X Factor in LA.
See, okay, so she just name dropped So You Think You Can Dance, The Voice. No, what was it? The
Yes,
Voice?
yes,
The
yes,
Voice.
yes.
And X Factor. Nothing, important or anything.
And they're major shows, which is an honor. And I'm always thankful for shows like that. It's a blessing. Anyway, I say I've worked for it, but it's definitely, I appreciate every moment of it.
It must help you
course.
get your foot in the door, even with X Factor then, right?
It does. And then with X Factor, working with Paula Abdul, it's that was great. And then you look at how everyone's, just, they're themselves. They're normal people, and she's just, these artists that are making it and people that are out there and known, they've just put in so much work. They're so disciplined. They're so professional. We were working from morning till night.
Sure.
We would go from set back to the hotel, back to the gym, the space we would use, continue to rehearse, then show up in the morning back to rehearsal. So it was the work that actually goes into the professional jobs and shows, what it takes, that's where you really see who can make it,
Sure. And it is a TV show, after all. I mean,
That's
we
right.
had a lot of talent. And
Yes.
then, so now even on a singing show like The
Yes.
Voice,
Yes.
how are you helping these up and coming artists relax, or, were you trying to like see what they had and then sort of choreograph around them? How did that all work?
That's right. So the artists would come, all the artists that were auditioning for the shows on The Voice, they would bring them to me one at a time. They would sing the song to me, perform it, and then I would help them get their attention off the body.
Nice.
So like give them movement. Some could already dance. I'd give them some steps. And some guys were just awkward with their arms, like we were talking about, right?
Yes.
Like if you're used to just singing with the
Yes.
mic, it's like, what do I do with my arms?
Yeah.
Or there's a whole stage of how do I move on this whole stage? So I would go
Sure,
look.
you got to work the stage.
gotta
You
work the
can't
stage.
just stay in one bit. That's right.
The cameras where they're at. It's like, you want
The whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I come in and I would go, look, let's position you here. This part of the song, what you would do, and where you could do something with your arms or your
Oh,
body.
beautiful.
I'd give them a basic groove they could just stick to, that they wouldn't go off.
Mm-hmm.
And just drill them on that. I mean, this is like 20 minutes we've got, right? So
Yeah.
we're like, because the next singer comes in. And then I would rehearse with them on stage.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I would just tell them, like, with shows like this, you come out there, you don't want to be with your attention on movement, right? Because it's a singing show. Just come out there that's what I come in for. I'd have a vocal coach work on the vocals. I would just get their attention off the body, get them using the space, using it back and forth.
Well, you were invaluable, I got to tell